Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Good morning. This is Mr. Wallace calling from Atlanta, Georgia. I think what most people are underestimating is public opinion and how people really feel. They're looking for Carolina to win because Cleveland is Darth Vader and Carolina is the light. Carolina is what they want to happen. And if Christian McCaffrey and Baker Mayfield are going to get the benefit of the doubt, and the Browns are going to get a lot of penalties because that's the way they want it to be. I hate to say that as a Browns fan, but I think that's what the season is going to boil down to, officiating. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Casey Kinnaman from Dog Pound Daily. Casey, I don't know that there will be excessive penalties called against the Browns unless they commit excessive penalties.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with his analogy that like right now, national, the viewpoint is that we're the bad guys and they're the good guys. But I don't think that bleeds over into like how many penalties will be called, unless in case, the Browns actually commit those penalties, in which case you'll see the laundry fly. But like it is national perception. And it's kind of curious because you're seeing a lot of people who are not big fans of Baker Mayfield seem to be pulling more for him now that he's in Carolina. And I'm not pointing some grand conspiracy that it's Cleveland against the world, but it is kind of curious that that's going down like that. But for far too long, as a fan, I always felt like people felt bad for us or they were indifferent towards us. At this point, I'm ready to be the villain, so bring it on. If you want to paint us in that light, go ahead and do it. But if they can go down to Charlotte and come back with a dub, that's all that's going to matter.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how little people are looking at the rest of the Browns roster. I mean, this roster is probably a little bit better than it was last year when everybody thought it was a top 5 roster in the NFL. The main change is at the quarterback position. Sure, Beckham's gone, but Beckham wasn't a factor. Landry wasn't really a factor. It's just curious. And the defense figures to take a huge step forward because some of those young guys were pretty good last year.
Yeah, the disrespect being shown to this roster is staggering, to Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward, Nick Chubb, Joel Bitonio. I mean, these are top-flight guys at their positions in the NFL, and they're just acting like just because Baker is no longer here, that all of a sudden the Browns don't have a chance. It's silly talk, especially that they competed last year with Baker playing at a bottom 5 level of quarterback play, and they were still in it until the second week to go, So the people paint the narratives they want to paint. It'll take care of itself between the lines.